What's up, guys? So we're gonna do weekly forecast. All signs is gonna be short and sweet. One card, but if it comes out with more than that, then so be it. But we're gonna try to do one card with 1 to 3 card pull, and if I have to do anything more than that, I'll do it. But listen, okay, can't be doing that much for this all signs because then I'll be yapping my ear off. And if it does resonate, guys, please let me know through the comments or subscribe and like the video. Okay. So we're going to start with Aries. Aries, what is your weekly forecast coming up, Aries? What are you to expect for this week, Aries? What is the message for Aries? You guys got the Strength cards in the reverse. Right now, I feel like you guys are going through a period where you are having a lot of self-doubt and insecurity in regards to a lot of things. I feel like this could be work or the way that you are. Money, I think, is the issue here. Possibly it's something that surrounds money. It could be just your financial stability. But I see here, it definitely, you're having a lot of doubt. You might be out meeting new people, right? Or maybe you met somebody that's new that is financially stable, and maybe you're not feeling well because you're not financially stable. I'm seeing here somebody here feels that they're not feeling their best due to finances. Okay? Finances in particular. I feel here that if you do have a job, like, or maybe you're going back to work after a time of rest, you're feeling insecure because either somebody here may have switched companies, or maybe you're doing the same thing but you're doing it elsewhere. You may have just transferred somewhere, and I feel like here you're feeling insecure because I don't know why you're feeling insecure, Aries, because I feel like if this is something that you do all the time and this is your career, don't let people this week try to doubt you, or like you're gonna like doubt you. Okay, you have to, spirit's advice is to release being scared and having insecurity, because there's gonna be people this week that may try to test you, but I feel like it's a period of growth and a test. Okay, it's gonna be a test of strength this week to see how much you have grown this year with your emotions, with the way that you handle and carry things, because somebody here is a hothead. Okay, Aries, that's okay. I'm a Mars placement too. I understand. But just know that this week I feel like you're being tested in regards to your strength. And if it has to do with finances or work, just know that yes, you might be tested this week, but it's just to let you know that how much you're growing, basically. So you might have a coworker that might be pissing you off this week in regards to your job, but if you know your type of job, 333 on the timer. If you know who you are and you are typically comfortable, don't let anybody get in the way of making you feel uncomfortable. I feel like people might try to down you a notch. All right, we can't be doing that, Aries. Stick your ground, and you might have to meditate this week to maybe get back in your grind and your thought pattern. But just don't even pay attention to people this week when it comes to that. All right. Now, what's after Aries? Why do I have a brain fart right now? Taurus. Listen, that was a serious brain fart. All right, Taurus, what is your weekly forecast for this week? You guys got the 9 of Wands in the off center. You don't know where you want to go right now, a Taurus. You're being tested of your faith right now in regards to if you want something or you don't want something. I think this might have to be in regards to possibly like you might be fighting with people right now. I see here that you might be arguing with somebody, or You want to go towards somebody, possibly. I feel like this has to do in regards to possibly like a love. You might want to go towards somebody here that you know is going to cause a little bit of issues if you go towards them. That's what I'm getting here. I feel like with the Nine of Wands, you might like, you might be going towards somebody here that you really like, or maybe you have a connection with of some sort, and you don't know where to start with the conversation. You don't know where you want it. Like, it's got a lot of confusion to the point where that's why it came off and off center, because the energy is a little iffy right now, where you don't even know, like, if you want to talk to somebody, you don't even know where to start, because you don't want it to cause problems, you know, further issues than where it already started. I definitely feel like it could be a family member, or maybe it could be a partner, possibly. That's what I'm getting here. Because you're stuck in the past, and you are stuck. Like, I feel here, Taurus, you may have been stuck in your self mode for a little bit of time, and you weren't having a clear thought in regards to many things that was going on in your life. Right now, you may be suffering, and I don't know if you're feeling a little depressed this week, but I do see here that you're thinking about the past, okay? And Spirit's advice, I'm not even going to pull another card for this. Focus on the present and what you have right now. And if you are feeling down, do some inner child healing. Somebody here needs to do some inner child healing, and guess what? We all could use it. We're never going to heal fully from the issues that we have gone through. However, you need to do some deep reflection, deep reflection, and you need to start doing some shadow work towards, okay? Because I feel like you're going into these patterns where you feel like you're okay, and then you're like, no, I'm not okay. Am I okay? Am I not okay? Like, you're going back and forth with yourself too much, hot and cold. I feel like the energy is really hot and cold, where you don't even, you don't know what you want right now, and you're confused about a lot of things. And that's okay, because we do get confused sometimes, Taurus, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I've been getting some messages here since I started doing the YouTube, and with you, it's the same. It's kind of the same message sometimes with you, Taurus, where it's like really confusing energy, where you don't know where to go, you know where to go, you don't know what to. It's a whole bunch of confusion. So you really need to get your head on straight this week. Figure out what you need to do, and I feel like the best thing that Spirit wants you to do is focus on inner healing. So that way you're not so conflicted and confused. All right. What's Gemini? Oh, I like burped. Okay, excuse me. I don't know if you guys heard that. I know this camera be catching a lot of things sometimes. All right. Gemini, what is your week looking like for the weekly forecast? I'm going to try to use one of my new decks. Switch it up a little bit here. What is Gemini's weekly forecast? Like, what is your message for this week, Gemini? Not the whole half of this deck, Spirit. Come on now. Let's reshuffle that. What is your weekly message? Your forecast, Gemini. Let's not come out with this whole deck now. What is Gemini's? You got the Five of Cups. Give me 1 second, guys. Gemini, you may be at a loss right now, okay? Somebody here is not feeling happy about themselves. And I feel like it has to do a lot with possibly like your past. And you may be in a recovery right now. And when I mean a recovery, it's kind of just like you're going through a recovery process. You might be detoxing this week, okay? That could be in regards to alcohol, drugs, or just a lot of toxic things that aren't good for you. And that could even be people. But you feel like something is missing, okay? Because if you see the Five of Cups here, this individual is, you see, he has his cups here, but he's not happy. All right? The other cups are on the floor, so you feel like you're at a loss right now, but it has to do with it. Like, it's something that's within. All right? This could possibly be in regards to maybe, like, you may be arguing with, you may not be really happy possibly in your circumstance, or being around certain people that are not making you happy this week. And that has to go in regards to either a lover or like a really close friend that you, I don't know, I don't think you're arguing with somebody, but I feel like you have to distance yourself from somebody specific this week due to, you need to work on yourself because you're realizing that you might be slipping back into a pattern that's really not good for you. All right? Because you notice that things are going very well in your life when there's certain things that aren't there. Okay? And it could be like maybe you just being stuck in your shadow. You realize you don't get a lot done when you're stuck in your shadow, and you want to continue just being happy and just like motivated. So I feel like here that you might slip into a period where you're not feeling as motivated possibly, or just feeling down because you're possibly having to be around people, or just love. It could be a love situation where you're just not happy, and love can be in regards to family, friends, etc. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a partner. What's the advice for this week for Gemini? What's the advice? You may, like, people are going to notice that you're not talking as much this week. All right, Gemini. But if somebody does ask, please just, you got to be honest with them to let them know, like, why you are feeling the way that you feel and what's really wrong with you. Please don't hold it in, because I feel like, Gemini, if you keep holding it in, because I see here somebody is about to explode possibly with how they feel. And I feel like you have learned a lot in regards to controlling your emotions, controlling them in your behavior, where you are being like, you are becoming this beautiful person. Some people do notice it and they cherish it right now, but there's a lot of people that might be feeling offended possibly with you not going a certain direction, like easily influenced by toxic. That's what I should say. You continue, like, Spirit wants you to know that you're going to have a beautiful rebirth this winter. If it is hard for you right now, just know that continue working on yourself, continue doing the progress with your mental health and detoxing from certain situations, and you're going to have a rebirth this winter. It's going to happen if you continue just having that faith. All right. What's after Gemini? Cancer. Cancer, what is going on with you? What is your weekly message for Cancer? What is the weekly message for Cancer? What is Cancer's weekly message? These things are not as, like, they're not like a hard deck, so you gotta be careful with these ones. That's too many. Ugh. Listen, we're just gonna do it like this. What is Cancer's weekly message? What is Cancer's weekly message? You got the Eight of Staffs. I'm going to be rotating like cards because I'm still learning, guys. And you might see me read out of this tiny book. All right. So, Cancer, you guys are doing your thing this week. I see here somebody's going towards a purpose or just continuing being great this week. You might be moving. All right. I see here there's somebody here that's moving, or maybe you just got a new job. But either way, Listen, you're flying high just like these staffs, okay? And somewhere here down the line, you're going to have people that are jealous because you're being brave and you're going towards many opportunities right now and being different. You're moving. You might be doing something that's like a little bit out of the norm that you don't usually do, that's out of your comfort zone, okay? But I see here because you are getting your things done and you're just being this beautiful person that you are, that you might have some jealousy in the air. Somebody might be throwing you a little bit of evil eye, but what else is new? Okay? What else is new? You might be going towards love, okay? Or just something that is different with the Ace of Cups here, all right? But either way, even if it's work or love or whatnot, you're taking chance on something that is different, all right? And listen, go for it. Who cares if people are jealous? They're gonna have if you're not making people jealous, then you're not doing something right, Cancer. So who cares? All right. If you are somebody that does care, I would advise for you, Cancer, to stop letting people get to you, because all our life people are gonna be jealous of us. Okay. People were jealous of us before we came out our mother's womb. How about that one? What's the advice for Cancer for this week on their message? Listen, you got the unity cards. Stay with one. Listen, be with yourself this week. Stay in unity with yourself this week. That is the advice from Spirit, is that continue just being you and being great. That's all I can say. That was the advice I was going to give anyways. Well, just did basically. Is just continue just doing you. Who cares? You might have some evil eye. You might have some friends and family that might piss you off. Try to piss you off. Try. Because I don't think they're going to be able to easily get you off whatever nice boat that you're shipping on right now. You might be boating. I don't know. I see here somebody is coming back from vacation of boating, or maybe you are going on vacation. Somewhere down the line, who cares? But there's going to be people in your energy that are going to try to say some slick words to get you back into this negative mindset. No. Okay? What's after Cancer? Leo. Okay. Leo, what is your message for this week? What is your weekly message? What is Leo's weekly message? It's nice outside today, guys. I might go for a walk. It was nice outside yesterday. Listen, Pennsylvania right now is like, I like the weather right now. I love fall. So anything that's like good. All right, that was a good shuffle. So we got the 2 of coins here, Leo. All right, so with the 2 of coins, Leo, you might be in communication with somebody this week, or maybe somebody does want to communicate with you this week in regards to some type of like business offer or plan, maybe that you wanted to do in the past, or maybe you want to continue doing it. I don't know. Somebody here wants to come forward and provide some type of offer towards you, or maybe it could be something with legalities as well. Like, maybe you are getting a communication possibly from like the legal system. I don't know. I'm seeing here it has to do with some type of offer, but it has to do with legalities possibly. That's what I'm seeing here. So, but listen, just be careful. Read over all of the Spirit wants you to make sure that you read it over everything here in regards to any notice that you might be getting. It might be something here that comes in the mail. It might be coming in form of electronics. It may be a manager. I don't know. Somewhere here down the line, you might be getting some type of, there's going to be communication, whether it's written letter or the phone or in person, of some type of like offer or something that has to do with legality. I don't know. I'm seeing here that's what it has to do with. What's the advice for Leo for this week? It's kind of like just be on the lookout, okay? Make sure that you have your mind right as well. Make sure that here that when Like, you on your shit this week, okay? Just to make sure that you have everything that you need in regards to what this is. And use your, listen, continue with the way that you're going right now, Leo, because I feel like here, your higher self is going to be activated soon enough. Okay, so if you're somebody here that has not been listening to your intuition and ignoring the higher call from the Most High because you're constantly ignoring the call, Spirit wants you to know if it's not activated, it's going to have no choice but it to be activated at this time, because it's a time for a change. Somewhere down the line, I feel like whatever communication is coming in, it's for a change and something to actually happen at this time, because I don't know if you're ignoring something or just like something here with possibly just leaving it on the side and just like not making a decision on something of that nature. All right, Virgo, what is your weekly message? What is Virgo's weekly message for this week? What is Virgo's weekly message? You're making a difficult decision in regards to something, and I feel like it has to do with love, possibly. You're not able to make a decision. It's like you're going back and forth and you're weighing out your options. You're getting really, somebody here is going to be emotionally immature this week, possibly, and that might be you, Virgo. That's what my intuition is screaming, that you're going to be disappointed. And I feel like this has to be in regards to love, possibly, where you're not getting your way in regards to something or somebody. And you don't know how to go about something because I feel like somebody here messed up a situation too much. And Virgo, it's okay if it was you. We all have been the betrayer and the betrayed. I don't want to hear that we have never been something. But most of us 100% has been the betrayer and the betrayed. And I feel like you want to go towards somebody possibly that you betrayed. Or maybe that you no longer like... I feel like here it could be somebody here that you're reminiscing about or you want to go towards because... I don't know, maybe you see them in a different light. I'm seeing here that you're making a decision to do something. And with your plans, you're not able to fall through with your plans or do what you want to do or feel good about it because, I don't know. I just see here that it's not, you're feeling insecure within yourself possibly this week and you don't know what you want to do anymore. Because I feel like maybe you want to go towards somebody here that you haven't talked to in a while. You're going to go towards possibly somebody here that that maybe you were immature with in the past and maybe they just distance themselves so much that you don't like know what to do anymore. But you're getting frustrated. Somebody here is getting frustrated. You need to relax, Virgo, okay? Focus on your own happiness and your own self-love. Okay? You might have to meditate this week. And there's nothing wrong with that. So you're definitely going to be making a decision this week in regards to somebody. Okay? It could be somebody here with air placements or water placement. All right? What's the advice for Virgo? What's the advice for Virgo? I would say if you want to approach this person, do it without immaturity and do it with like... I said interrogate. What's that word? Do it with like seriousness, okay? And don't worry about what other people think. If you feel like you want to go towards somebody, do it with love. Because I feel like the person you want to do it towards is like somebody here that really values their time and their commitments. If you do that, Virgo, it's going to put a growth within yourself. Because you got the... Spirit wants you to know if you do something the correct way. Growth in summer is your card. So I feel like if you do something the right way without being immature... And being emotionally immature, meaning don't have any like... Don't be too frustrated where everyone's seeing it. The side of you that they don't like to see. Meaning like crying, screaming, arguing. You're going to feel emotionally... like mature. If you do it, you'll have more growth within your own maturity. Yeah, that's what this is. It's not because summer's almost done. You'll just have more growth within yourself, realizing like your own immaturity and how to react and how not to react type of deal. Okay, Libra. Libra, what is your message for this week? What is your message for this week? Libra. I said that's so funny. Okay, why did it come out like that? I sounded like a goat. Hold on. Ugh. You guys have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. If you wish somebody here is a bro, like it's, you might be moving out or they're moving out of the house. I see here there's going to be a move of some sort. Like you're no longer aligned with somebody. All right. It could be a water sign that you have like this situation going on. And listen, Libra, I better not be getting this message that you went back to this person. Because I feel like I had this message for you before. Go back to my Libra reads. If this is the same person, they might have Pisces highly aspected in their chart or just heavy water. All right? It'd be Cancer or Pisces specifically. Or Scorpio. Okay? But any water sign can embody all these Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So I want you to just know. If this same person I kept coming up in my reads before, this is the energy vampire possibly. This is somebody here that harvests. If this, I'm getting here the same message that I was previously getting here. All right. You may have had, listen, this was once a wish fulfillment for you in the past, but it's no longer a wish fulfillment because this person doesn't know, they don't know how to have real commitment. They don't know how to have a serious bond with they don't even know seriousness within themselves. 555 on the timer. They don't even have seriousness within themselves to take you serious. And if you have a family with them, you need to just be focusing on your family and yourself this week. If you deal with a baby mom or a baby dad that's not really there for you guys, that's a loss on them, not you or your kid. That's a loss on them. And yes, it's going to be hurtful towards the kid. I feel like here, your kids might be a little disappointed or feeling a little stressed out as well because they're seeing you stressed out. But don't make it as known to them because honestly, though, I feel like if you do have like preteens or teenagers or even little kids, they know when you're upset because I feel like you have a really close bond with them. But don't listen. They can see the parent for who they are. Just let it at that. If you're dealing with some type of baby mom, baby daddy drama, I feel like here that might be the issue. Or just here where you're not getting along with somebody here that you were once committed to, married to, somewhere where it used to be a happy family in one house type of situation, and it's no longer that. All right. What is the advice for Libra? That was a little longer than I wanted to do for your message. Listen, this person is stuck in their ego and they're coming in with a lot of masculine energy. Maybe this could be you as well if you are feminine. We embody both. However, dealing with this individual, if you are feminine, you might have to step into your masculine energy to deal with them. And Spirit wants you to know that it's quite okay because I feel like here they may have stepped over you too many times. And if you are masculine, you might be a little soft where you might have to step into your masculine energy, get out of that feminine, and tell whoever you need to tell off. Because somebody here is not getting it, and Spirit wants you to know it's highly okay for you to curse somebody out this week. All right? It's okay, because I feel like they stepped on you too many times. All right. Libra. That better be the last time I'm just kidding. All right, Libra. What is it? Scorpio. What is Scorpio's message for this week? All right, Scorpio. This thing keeps moving. I need to listen. I will put like a regular like thing over my table, like a cloth, but my cats jump on my table and sit on it, and I don't know, it gets all weird and dirty. Their hair gets everywhere. You guys are the King of Cups in the off center. A fire sign or a water sign doesn't like they're in their feelings this week, guys, when it comes to you. All right. They're getting bad advice from somebody possibly on what to do with you and how to handle you, even though this is somebody you don't even talk to no more. Or maybe you're trying to distance themselves. But I see here, this is a past person possibly, or somebody here that you just had to distance yourself from, but not twice. I feel like it's more than twice that you had to distance yourself from this person. All right. This person is very immature sometimes, or they're coming in with like they don't know what to do with the situation, because I feel like you kind of like distance yourself from them, and I feel like you've been distanced yourself from this person, and they're getting advice possibly from like a family member or a friend on how to get you back type of deal. And whatever advice they're getting is going to be bullshit, to be honest, because they need to be listening to the inner selves. They need to be listening to their like themselves instead of other people. And I feel like this is where your problems even occurred, was from listening from outsiders. Okay? They better get out of here. If they want a chance with you, or get back with you, they need to stop listening to their stupid ass friends and get with the program here. Because I feel like here, these are people that don't even like you, Scorpio, don't even know you, or just like they heard things about you that weren't even true. And they're getting advice from their stupid friends that they didn't tell the truth with when it came to your relationship or whatever, your friends. It doesn't even need to be a relationship. It could have just been somebody you was friends with benefits with. But either or, you had to detach from the situation. And Spirit's advice is to keep being detached until they know how to come in correctly. This is somebody here that was very cold with you anyways, and you learn to detach yourself from them. So my thing is, when they want to come in with hostility and they don't even know what to do with themselves, they have to come correct this week if they want to deal with you. They need to stop listening to people, because whatever advice, it's going to be the shittiest advice, and they might end up fucking up when they come towards you. So they need to stop. They can't come towards you right now, because they need to come in with more maturity and not this nonsense here. So stay detached from them. Unless they want to come in with real feelings and not their friends' feelings, and come in with like beautiful intentions, then they can get away. All right. Sagittarius. What is Sagittarius's message for this week? You guys possibly are going towards a water sign, okay? You guys got the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you guys are going towards somebody here that's a wish fulfillment. This person's been a wish fulfillment for you, okay? However, you didn't know in the past if you really wanted to like go towards them due to like maybe you didn't see them in the right light before. Maybe they were just getting over something. I see here you had an epiphany, Sagittarius. You had an epiphany when it came to somebody here. All right? You may have been in a broken bond with, so you may have dealt with an air sign in the past, Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini in the past, that sabotaged this connection, and you may have rejected the person that you wanted to go towards in the past, or maybe they made you feel rejected due to this person putting up goddamn illusions or something. But you're having an epiphany when it comes to the person that you actually care about, and you're going to go towards them. Do it. Spirit advises that, yes, go towards them. Because Spirit's advice is, if you do, you're breaking toxic patterns that you have created over the years, or created through other people by gathering up their karma. Spirit wants you to advise that it's going to break the toxic chains and patterns that you previously had if you go towards this person, because this person is possibly just somebody here that is like different. They're unique. There's somebody here that's different. And I don't think you've ever experienced different before, Sagittarius. You always had the same lame individuals, and somebody here wanted to keep you stuck. All right? What is Sagittarius? We have Capricorn. Capricorn. What is your message for this week? What is Capricorn's message for this week? What is Capricorn's message for... Jeez, that one flew out. You guys are setting high standards for yourself this week, with or without people. All right? You're trying to master something, and that could be a skill in particular. Okay? Doesn't matter what it is. But in regards to here, it's in regards to your pentacles, your stability, your money, your finances. You're working on your finances this week. And I see here that you're doing something that you're doing every day that's getting on your nerves. But somewhere here, because you're keeping the faith, Capricorn, you're seeing changes within your light, within yourself, within how you handle people, situations. You're being more critical and thoughtful in regards to how you handle situations this week. And because of that, you're having high standards for yourself and your emotional and mental health. Like the way you're responding to people is a little bit different. You're thinking before you actually react. You're thinking you're thinking a lot more in regards to deeper things, knowledge, having all the knowledge that you created over the years. You're going to be putting that into the way that you are working this week and building the things that you want to build. That could be maybe you just moved, maybe you are moving, or maybe here you're trying to fix up your home or do something here with money and your finances and your home stability. I see here that you're really focusing on that, but you're using your brain this week, Capricorn. I love it because you're using your brain. You're being very smart. You know who to stay away from, who to listen to. You know, you're not listening to anybody here though. You're doing it your way. Because you realize here, doing it your way fucking works. All right. What's the advice for Capricorn? Just continue going. All right. You've got a lot of earth that's going on here in this message you're going to be using. You might be outside of half of this week. But you're going to make sure here. You're going to make sure Spirit's advice is not to... Don't go into your shadow side. All right? Do not. When there's people here that want you to go to the dark night of the soul, or you may have just came out of a dark of the night soul, the dark of the night. All right. Everybody experienced that. I experienced it so many times, but you may be somebody here that's getting out of the dark of the night, meaning you may have gone through a depression, or maybe here, somebody here was not happy. And that could be in regards to many things: home, finances, a family. It could have been many things all in one. And you held it in for so long that you finally had a meltdown at one point in time where you couldn't hold in your tears no more. But you're done with the dark night of the soul. You learned many things, and now it's time to fucking get going. Spirit wants you to know that you continue building, continue making that money, continue having that vision and keeping the faith. It's all about faith. It's all about faith, Capricorn. And don't get stuck in toxic. Don't dwell on the shadow side. You overcame whatever you was overcoming. And now you're stepping out. So just continue going. That's the advice. Continue going. Don't let anybody get in the way of your happiness or make you fall back into the shitty pattern that you was feeling before. All right. What's after Capricorn? All right. All right, Aquarius. What is your weekly message, Aquarius? What is your weekly message? I'm about to switch the deck up after this. The last one, I'm going to try to do Pisces with the other deck. All right. What is a weekly message for Aquarius? We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Some of you are partying and overindulging, and you slipped back into a toxic pattern that you tried very hard to get out of, and you might be around people this week. Somebody here might be going through some type of breakup or heartbreak. Maybe somebody here that's close to you. And I'm seeing here that you are going towards somebody here, maybe that you're close with, that went through a breakup, and y'all out just partying. That's what I'm seeing here. My hair is about to stick up. This has to be resonating, or maybe you just finished doing it. I see here somebody here is binge drinking. binge drinking especially, going out to the bar, going club hop, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, Aquarius, I'm all for having fun. We only live once. But somebody here is not getting up for work this week, or they're ignoring the call, like work. Somebody here is not waking up on time for work, where you may skip 1 or 2 days of work this week because you are overindulgent and you're out partying. There's nothing wrong with partying, but you have to drink and you have to do stuff with moderation. I always tell people that. Because I'll be outside drinking too. And I don't even drink. But if occasionally I do have a beer or two, there's nothing wrong with that. Because I know how to drink and handle with moderation. Okay? I'm trying to teach people that. Because you can do it. Okay? It is possible. Somebody here is slipping into patterns where you need to be careful. Because if you continue doing this, please, you need to be careful. Because somebody here down the line, it's your job that you need to be worrying about. Somebody here forgot to call in work for calling out, or maybe has too many call outs. You need to be careful. What's the advice for Aquarius? What's the advice for Aquarius for this week? What's the advice for Aquarius? Listen. You're going to be around people that are projecting this week. Projecting, where you might start getting back into habits where you're projecting as well. You need to take a reflection at the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror or whatever you are in the mirror. And you need to make sure that you are seeing yourself and being yourself this week. Spirit wants you to continue being yourself this week. And don't project or be like people that are around you, because I feel like here, projection might be something that goes on this week, and you are projecting other people's like insecurities, or maybe you are having this projection thing going on where now everyone's starting to project. I don't know. Spirit wants you to stop. Like, just be mindful of how you move this week. Somebody here needs to be mindful of how they're moving this week. Okay? Because I see here that something could really be out to bite you in the butt later on. No. Pisces, I was going to use the last deck. I'm trying to switch it up because I need to switch up the decks. So, because I'm learning the other deck still. Alright. Pisces, what is your weekly message for this week? Pisces. That is not even a card. Pisces, what is your weekly message? What's your weekly message? That's too many. No. It wants to come out with half of the deck. We're not doing that. Pisces, what is your weekly message? Listen, let's just do that one. You got the Hangman and the Upright. So Pisces, you got one of your cards. You got the Hangman and the Upright. Okay. I do see here that you are coming to a realization that things need to change of like how you are doing things. That could be something that's internal or external. Maybe it's something that how you are, maybe as a person, or maybe how you went about things in the past. I think it has to do a lot with how you went about things in the past. You might be thinking about a lot. You're going to be thinking. This is going to be a week of you thinking and having a lot of clarity on what to do with situations, because I feel like here before, you didn't know how to go about certain situations in the past. Whether that was money, home, love. I feel like this is going to be in regards to something that has to do with possibly love. Love and just how you handle yourself, or what to do in situations that you were very confused with. Okay? You're going to know this better than me of what I'm talking about, Pisces. But somewhere down the line, you're going to be in your thoughts this week, but it's not going to be bad thoughts. It's going to be like, oh, it's going to be like a light bulb went off in your head. It's going to be you just having, like, you're going to be able to be in like a quiet space and just actually thinking about a lot of things, like how you got to where you are now. How did I grow? What held me back? What? And you're going to go over the what ifs as well. You're going to have, like, you might actually be writing things down. You might be writing things down this week. Somebody here actually does write, and they're very like critical when it comes to thinking. And I feel like you're going to be writing your thoughts down this week, possibly. You're going to be writing a lot of things down where you're going to go over like a lot of things, even if it's past, just for something to start making more sense, because maybe your thoughts were a little scrambled before. Okay? And that's a good thing to do. Like, you're having a new perspective in regards to something. You're going to be able to make a clear decision in regards to something that's very particular within a situation. All right? Situation might be in regards to possibly just like, it has to do with maybe something, how you're going to go about something particular. All right, how you might handle something. It may be in regards to maybe a situation that you're dealing with. It could be in regards to love, or like something that has to do with like the way you make money, possibly. I don't know, I'm getting that here. But you're going to be able to have a clear mind by the end of this week. You're going to make a decision, or it could be in the middle of this week. But somewhere down the line, you're getting things going this week, and you're going to be making some moves here. But it's going to take you some bit, because you're going to be going over some things, all right? Because you're having a new perspective on a lot of things in regards to people, yourself, okay? What's the advice, Spirit? You just want me to sit here and talk for Pisces. You may have been somebody here that was stuck in their ego before, but I see here, Pisces, you're no longer stuck in your ego. Spirit wants you to keep going with this new, I feel like you're becoming like this new person that maybe people don't see this before in the past, but a lot of people do see here that you changed. But it's for the best, because you're becoming this beautiful person that people actually want to be around and talk to, because you're knowing your self-worth and you know who you are. It's like you've been around people that may have made you feel small at one point in time, or maybe you felt a little different being around them. But I feel like here you leveled up to a point where you now understand how and why you are the way that you are, and you're not gonna feel bad about it anymore. May have been somebody here that was stuck in their ego, and the Most High wants you to know, your spirit team wants you to know that you're becoming a beautiful person without having this big ego. Keep going. All right. If you do like the video, guys, please like, subscribe, or comment on the video. Peace out.